The safe way to avoid SQL injection is using prepared statement. A prepared statement is SQL statement with placeholders. When the prepared statement executed, all placeholders replaced with user input instead of joining string. So, the SQL statement itself cannot modify only the placeholders. For example, this prepared statement has two placeholders, one for each input. With these input parameters as example, the placeholders are replaced during SQL execution, which result is this SQL statement being executed. In case the input contains dangerous string, the string is treated as placeholder replacement. So, if this input parameters contains dangerous code, SQL statement being executed is not really dangerous, since the parameter treated as string placeholder value. This will not drop the table, only returning no data. Be careful then. Not returning data might also breaking business rules. But in terms of technical SQL injection, this code is safe. We can also filter dangerous keywords like drop table, delete, etc. Or we can validate input, only accepting what we expect. We can create request filter or validator before the request passes to actual API method. The request can be created using regular expression. When the request contains dangerous keyword, we must block the request and never forward it to actual API method that executes SQL statement. The filter can install for all endpoints or only specific endpoints. This approach can be useful in case we work on legacy system, which legacy endpoints are vulnerable for SQL injection, but newer endpoints on same system is safer. In such case, we only filter certain URL path. I also recommend to avoid stored procedures. By using stored procedures, it means we also need to maintain vulnerable code in database, which can be more challenging. Generally speaking, I also don't see many systems nowadays that still rely on business logic on stored procedure, especially on microservice architecture. Apart from the code, we should give user or process only permission to do their job, no more than required, no less. This principle is also known as POLA, Principle of Least Authority. For example, don't use database superuser for application JDBC connection. Instead, create specific user which has limited access to database. This limited access can include specific resources or tables, and privilege only to create, read, update, and in some cases, delete. But administrator privilege like drop table, create user, etc. should not be given to that specific user.